had so much pain, bro. I grew up with a lot of fucking pain. Like, I lost the passion. No, the love went absent.
The love for music went absent?
Yeah, it went absent, man. The love I felt from the music went absent. Especially in the public. You go oppose me like, F Waka, he like this. And this, I seen say some shit like, where you at now, Waka Flocka, with the community? I'm like, bro, I can't go at you, my boy, because you don't even know me. Hey, I fought with you. Like,
yeah.
I'm not one of them though. You gonna meet him when you
I know
get in front of me. So shit, we'll figure that part out.
No, but I know.
It's always take two sides to 100.
Yeah.
So I was 50%. The guy they called 808 Mafia today was the other 50. Lex came in the picture. It was me and Southside.
Yeah.
We created this sound of music today.
Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast, not a podcast. My name is Stally. I'm a Montreal native entrepreneur. Now, before we start this podcast, I just want to say it's my first podcast, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be authentic. Now, I got a very special guest with me today. Someone that's a mentor, a big brother, a son, a philanthropist, one of the most genuine and humble people I know in my life for sure. He's also a rapper sometimes. And and Waka Flocka, Dr. Joaquin James Malphurs.
Stally, what up?
How's it going, my brother?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, bro.
First podcast episode, okay.
First podcast ever.
Okay.
Where we at?
We're in Montreal, man.
How you like Montreal?
It's my favorite part of Canada.
It's cold as shit?
Well, you know, it's cold for the broken, but it's warm for the wounded.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause this where you come build your ideas. And I feel like it's like the young just so like inspirational here.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people come to Montreal to create freedom.
Yeah.
And they vision in art and being a philanthropist and being an entrepreneur and things of that nature, and I love it.
Sick. You find a big difference between the States when you're in the States or when you travel outside of it?
Yeah, people are people though.
Yeah.
Right? It depends on like what you look forward to doing or how you want to be entertained or how you want to be educated.
Yeah.
That always decipher the people you get around and who you go be around and how things could possibly happen.
Fire.
Yeah.
So the reason I want to do a podcast today and speak with Waka actually in person is because
because it's a surprise.
It's a surprise for sure. But in terms of like someone that can be used as an example for people to see when it comes to from where you started to where you're at right now, how well-spoken you are on financial literacy, how well-spoken you are on the philanthropy and the things that you do and you give back. Now, what I really want to dig into, Waka, is like the young Waka, the Waka that most of the world knows or sees whenever they hear Waka Flocka. Do you still see that part of you today?
Of course, I always see who I am. The only way I could never forget because I know myself.
Yeah.
So to know yourself is always to see yourself.
Yeah.
And see where you want to go in life, like how far I could go up, if it's any level. But of course, I could always see myself.
Yeah.
Definitely, could never lose that. Like,
no.
Nah.
And then your growth. Did you always see the growth that you have today when you were younger?
The
reason I ask that, Walk, is because I know the impact that you have on people, but I also know sometimes when you meet people, they have based on your music. Do you understand? And then once they meet you, you see the recognition on their face. And then so I think the question is as you were younger, you always had that good heart, good spirit, and you knew that when it came down to this is what you were leading up to?
Well, I just knew I'm gonna just strive.
A good person.
Right, bro. I just know when I used to be in church as a kid, they used to talk of hell and all this. I used to be like, bro, I know I'm not going there. It's just not happening. It's impossible. Because I always grew up around people that always gave the devil credit. As a kid, even as a kid, I guess it kind of made me feel like a Mr. Know-It-All. Certain people, when I was younger talking, people was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Friends. But I used to be like, yo, why are people always giving the devil credit when God's wrath is way stronger?
For sure.
So I always knew, I'm like, yo, hanging with God is the best. But I guess I was living in everybody else's interpretations of what they seen themselves having a relationship with God. And I realized being young, you would never know what what your goals or what your road is with God until you live with experience.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of interpretations of it, from religions to theologies to ways of life, how people eat. But my experience led me to God, and it's a way.
Yeah.
So I love all religions. Like, for me, anybody asks me, hey, what's your religion? I never will ever convert into any religion. I think the only religion I have is love. The only kingdom I have is earth. And if I had to pick a religion, it'd be love with your clothes on. So I think what changed me, I started asking myself, because I used to act out in anger a lot and like revenge and all kind of shit. And then I had to ask myself, like, so what religion or what God served that kind of thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't even want to say people or individuals. And it got to the point where, well, a good thing I say people and individuals, I started thinking like people. I stopped wanting to be a person, and I wanted to become an individual. I took up the nature of being human to actually being human, you know? So people call it human, then the original word was human, and you break the word you and men down, and I started getting deep like that with myself, because people always be like, yo, Waka, I lost myself. I used to hear parents be like, I lost myself when I have kids. And I used to be like, damn, well, who are you? I asked an adult that one time. I'm like, so who are you before you had kids?
Yeah.
And I don't even think they knew what they answer did to me. They was like, well, I really was trying to figure out who I was then. So I'm like, wow, you actually got kids, and you're older than me. Your kids is my age, and you don't even know who you are.
Who you are, yeah.
So you could live a life, build a family of not knowing who you are.
Not
Do that make
taking
you a
the
bad person? You're right. So as a kid, if that fucked with me for so long, that's probably my first time even saying this. That made me think, like, damn, I started looking at family members for who people seeing them to be and who I love them for. And it's like, whoa, it's two different fucking people.
Yeah.
Like, even my mom, it's like, I couldn't never figure my mother out, though. She was like the hardest person to figure out my whole life, because everybody had their own reasoning and perception of who she was and why they loved her.
Yeah.
And some people had a thing that they didn't like her, and I literally had people talk to me as if I was going to turn on my mother. Like, it's so weird. Like, but that inspired me to be that kind of person, because then I never knew what my mother wanted to search for. Like, to this day, she didn't tell me. She like inching in, like, bro, she's just like the latest. Yeah. So I guess who helped me learn all of this was my mother.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I know how much your mom means.
Oh, I know.
Your mom means the world to you, Waka.
Of course.
Anytime you speak to her, and to have such a powerful woman that brought you up and that raised you, but that's also a mogul in the music industry. Yeah. And for you to take off with music, for you to be able to watch her in action, what did that do to you in terms of motivating you? Because I know you didn't want to be a rapper at first.
Oh,
you got kind of pushed into it?
I don't want to be nothing.
Yeah.
I just want to be me.
What did you want to be when you were younger?
Me.
The first career you could think of?
Well, basketball, right? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a scientist.
Yeah.
But I found out I was like, it was me. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted me. Because I always grew up in the shadow of people. So it's different. Like, I grew up in the shadow of my father. I grew up in the shadow of my mother. I grew up in the shadows of my uncles. I grew up in the shadow of my family. It was always in the shadow of somebody that did something dope. You know what I'm saying? But then it gets to a point where you want to be you.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be everything somebody else created. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to become a number in that world. Why not be me? So if I could be me, then I could fit in any world. It's like a conversation we had earlier, like sitting at a restaurant. Like, bro, when you yourself, it's hard to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's whether you're going to accept it or you're not. But that's not my choice to try to figure it out. It's your problem.
No, for sure.
A lot of things I used to put on myself that I learned, it's not mine, it's just the other person.
For them to carry.
So, and then in that very moment, the Gemini me had another personality come to life and say, look, that's an act of playing God, Waka.
Yeah.
Because why you get what I'm trying to say? It's so much deep thinking in one thought. Like, so I always been like that. Because I don't know, man. That's that Gemini shit.
Do you remember the moment when you said, like, okay, I found myself. I know who the fuck I am right now. Do you think it was when the music started taking off or when you became more present? Like, when is the time you really stepped into?
Oh, it's funny because the person I realized I am, I figured that person out. I remember, I don't know how old I was. I had to be like 8 or some shit. Probably like around 8. I was sliding down a banister, right? Yeah. And my mother I was on punishment. I don't know if I was on punishment or not. No, I wasn't. I slid down a banister and I slipped and my fucking chin went in tree bark.
What do you mean by tree bark?
Bust open, like imagine sliding down, you fall. Yeah. Tree bark. Like, literally.
Oh, man.
Literally fall.
Split.
And I was bleeding. I was getting stitches and shit. I wasn't even saying nothing. Like, everybody's like, "He's okay. This kid is crazy." Like, this kid don't, like, I used to love pain.
Yeah.
And right then and there, I figured out my fight. I'm like, yo, if I could, because my father was locked up, you know what I'm saying? Then I was a kid that like didn't have like, this would make me not like items because I was a kid that couldn't grow up with items, but I was in a house with kids that had lit clothes as my family.
I had what kind of clothes?
Just fire clothes.
Yeah,
Gap
for sure.
was lit back then.
Of
Like,
course.
I couldn't afford that shit.
Yeah.
Because I was like the black sheep of the family or what they say, but I never felt like a black sheep, but growing up, you're like, oh shit, that was a black sheep.
You have a legendary
because it was love though, you know?
Too, yeah.
Like, it was all love. I always had an open mind though, because you gotta love people with open minds.
Yep.
So things of that nature. So when I just start growing up and you start seeing things and you just be like, fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta have just a broad,
8 years old. How
8 years old. And when you got that broad thinking and you just, 8 years I was in the bed, the doctor was like stitching me up. And I had so much pain, bro. I grew up with a lot of fucking pain. Like, just imagine, like for me, I love my mother, bro.
For
like,
sure.
My mother's everything.
Yeah.
And I got to listen to my mother being shot with a 4.4 Magnum.
Do you remember how old you were?
I was young. I let my mother tell her story.
Yeah.
She moving, going to Atlanta, like I'm changing my life, and now I'm living in a house without my parents, right? My father's locked up, my mom's just gone, it's me and my 4 brothers in the house.
And from your 4 brothers, who's the oldest, youngest?
Kwam, Wu, me, Waka, Rara, KO passed away with suicide. My little brother Rara got his head ran over by a DUI driver.
How old were you when that happened?
Middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah, summer of 7th grade for Rara, and KO was when I was in my 20s.
When your youngest brother got run over, do you remember like the
emotion
it evoked in you?
Of course. That stitches helped me deal with pain, right? So
but you said before that you went to pain, so why were you so numb?
I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah.
So before I answer the Rara question, I go back to the stitches.
Yeah.
And I said, mind you, I just got stitches here. I got stitches here.
Yeah, everywhere.
I got stitches here. I got stitches here. Like here, all kind of shit. But in that moment, I'm like, fuck, this shit don't even hurt. This is shit people are afraid of. So why do the other stuff hurt me worse than this? And it's the opposite for other people. See, I was always intrigued with that. So all my life I was learning with that. So fast forward, you start getting like death and all this. You start seeing how people grieve, and all I could fall on was the memories I loved with this person. Because thinking negative, I didn't know this was the word negative back then. This is how my mind was. I was like, damn, I ain't thinking like that. I don't even want to see nobody in the casket no more. Like, it's just so low. So growing up, my brother passed away. It just felt funny, bro. Like, right? Because I really was like the reason he left the house, he chill with his friends and whatever. But when the police came and said, hey, all y'all, my mother comes to the door like, yo, police outside. Everybody look at me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, nah, it was like,
yeah.
But they looking at me like, what you done did, Walker? I'm like, what I did? What the fuck? I ain't do shit. Like, yo.
Yeah.
And then it's like, is this the house of Raleigh Malphus? Everybody like, Rara in jail? What the fuck? Like, must my little brother got it. It's a kid that read a Bible before 10. He know it front and back.
Crazy.
Like, he was like, he's like the super duper prophet in real time. He's like, he looked exactly like me with brown skin.
Crazy.
Like, exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
But, so he's like, yeah. And he's like, yo, we need somebody to look at the body. Immediately, bro, like the whole world just be quiet. Like the sky was as purple as the highest vibrating color on Earth, and that was interesting to me. Like to that day, I never it's a different kind of purple. Like everybody crying and blah blah. I'm like who go see the body? Like nobody wanted to go, bro. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll go. I want to see my little brother. And I had to be the person to go and see his brains open on the ground. Like, that's my little brother. My mother crying, the whole neighborhood outside. And I ain't have opportunity to cry. I ain't have opportunity to moan. I ain't have an opportunity to be sad. I had to be strong because my mother was there by herself.
But what about when you were alone or when you were by yourself?
I just kept going. You can't deal with something that don't exist, right?
Yeah.
It don't exist physically. So how was I going to deal with it physically but cry and be all extra sad? Show strength. Yeah.
But what I think is powerful, Walk, is that at that age, which is a very young age for you to be in grade 7, to already have that mentality that you have to be so strong for the whole family, and then to go through everything you went through, at that age is what I try to understand. Because you know how I tell you, like we went for a very nice restaurant today for lunch, And I told you, I'm like, yo, it's a nicer spot. So for me,
bougie.
I say bougie because that's the word I use. But for me, I'm not as, like, to be honest, as comfortable, I think, in my skin when I come from the life that we came from, or the upbringing we had. And now we're sitting at the table with real serious people, you understand? So I feel like I might have to wear a collared shirt. I might have
But what makes them serious, right? You got to ask yourself this shit. Like,
yeah.
if I'm a farmer, why do I got to wear a 3-piece suit?
Right?
At least I'm going to come with clean-ass farmer clothes.
For sure.
Like, why do I? And to me, that is the beginning of conforming, or being replaced by something that ain't you without you even knowing.
For sure.
Like literally, spiritually, you don't even know you giving up yourself by doing that.
Yep.
That's actually an access to giving yourself up. Because now I gotta change my attire.
Yep.
What? I'm not coming.
Yeah. No.
I'm not pulling up there.
I told him we're going to one spot. This bougie came in a dress shirt. He looked at the place. He's like, Stally, never fucking again.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm fucking full of food. You know how them button ups be? They be fitting. So I feel like a fucking biscuit with a button up shirt on, about to pop out of that shit. Big boys, man. Big boys, you like comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, so when it was Rara, you were in grade 7, and then, like, what was your high school like? When did you get bullied by that girl?
When I get bullied?
By that girl. And what I think we should do, Walk, is, I'm not sure how you feel about it, but I think we should try to find her and have her sit down with you and explain her.
Yeah, find her. Yeah, she from Young Middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, find her shit. But definitely, it was middle school, 6th grade. Yeah.
Walker got bullied by a girl, the most legendary girl. How old were you when you first went into the studio? Well, you were always around studios because your whole family was music based, right?
Yeah. Studios is cool. I've been around studios all our life. You know, in the hood. Shit.
Yeah.
Basketball and sports is like the only thing then growing up. It wasn't like today. I tell kids and youth, so I'm like, yo, look, man, y'all growing up around real estate agents at 15, like that was unheard of.
Unheard of.
Insurance agents, chefs, master builders, scientists, kids that's inspired, like. Bro, that shit we read in books, right? You only thought one culture of people could do that, and then you realize the whole world been on that. Like,
for sure.
But that's not for me to go down a rabbit hole and blame anybody. It just lets you know the possibilities today. Our superheroes ain't today's superheroes.
No, not even close.
You know what I'm saying? They got so many superheroes today. Like, they superheroes don't even wear capes no more. They don't even come in like a studio with cartoon no more. This shit is humans. Like,
spandex.
It's okay not to want to be a millionaire, man. I tell people, man, if you making $10,000 a month, you are rich as fuck.
Yeah.
In today's society, like, you're rich. Like, what could you not do making $10,000 a month?
But do you think that the society we live in today, compared to what it was growing up, the dollar is much people have?
I'm sorry, I'm a now man. Today is much better.
You think?
I know, because I'm living in it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I would never want to go back in nothing. Think about going back and doing everything.
Yeah.
Back is never the way to go. It's always to move forward.
Yeah.
So for you to want to talk backwards, it's just a conversation I'm out. When y'all done, I'll meet y'all at the after party.
Yeah.
I'm in the future. I'm going with the flying cars, the robot shit. I'm on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put God in all that, like, so it don't matter.
Yeah. You think it's more popular to promote the devil and to promote, like, the kindness and shit than to openly speak about God, and that's why it's cooler?
Well, again, see, I don't want to talk about people with their religion and what you think. It's your theology on what you call the devil, right?
Yeah.
So me, you might not call the devil the same thing, but to me, God to me is happiness, love, proper oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Love with your clothes on, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean by love with your clothes on?
Nothing sexual.
Yep.
Literally, sex is out the question. No sexy food, no sexy clothes. Fuck sex.
Like, real energy.
That shit for the bedroom is not a lifestyle. It's not my religion. It's not none of that shit. So to me, it's more personal. I don't want to talk about sex around kids. It's not because it's weird or anything, because I was raised not to do that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to curse in front of my grandmother. I was raised not to do that. Like, people still do that. It's hard to curse in front of my aunts and uncles. It's just hard, bro. I can't even smoke weed around them. It's crazy. Like, when I'm 38, bro, like, it's respectful things. Like,
absolutely.
I can't disrespect, like, higher up kind of people because they're older than me. So it's not because they're higher up. They're older than me. So if you're older than me, it's hard to argue with you, especially in the public. You go oppose me like, F Waka, he like this and this. I seen D.L. Hughley say some shit like, where you at now, Waka Flocka, with the community? I'm like, bro, I can't even I can't go at you, my boy, because you don't even know me. Hey, you deal ugly. I fought with you, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I can't say nothing, bro. That's how you feel, but I'm not one of them though. You gonna meet him when you get in front of me. So shit, we'll figure that part out.
No, but I know it's also one of the hardest things to get under your skin. Like you don't get upset. You don't like shit will happen, and then me, I'll be a ball of anxiety, and you know it. And
that's the cancers though.
But I'm a Cancer, yeah, for sure. And then I think you being a Gemini just has like just a spirit. I think one of the things I most like I've known you for a long time now, and like you were one of the person in my life that I'm the most open with and the most transparent with. And sometimes when I feel like everything's crushing, and I'll have a conversation with you, Walk, and then be gone. Because the way you tell me is like, Stan, it's not that serious, and the way you understand it. But for me, I feel like I'm still have to go through the trials and everything that you go through.
Of course, it's experience.
Yeah.
I had to go. We all got to go through it. I think it's quite impossible to like
just be.
To make me like mad. Like even like it's nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm so serious, bro. It's nothing, bro. It's just I can't even think like even God saying you don't love me. Like I can't even see that happening.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's just I don't know, bro. I always hear people like I lost faith. I'm like, well, you never had faith. Because to have faith is like to have feet and toes and fingers.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you got an arm without fingers?
Yeah.
You lost your fingers?
Yeah.
You're growing back, well.
You never had that arm?
Never, bro. It stay with you forever. Like,
it's powerful.
And if you lose it, it's a real reason. But you never lost faith in your whole arm.
Yeah.
I just look at God like God is everything. The mic, us talking,
everything.
The podcast, letting us come in the room. That's God, bro.
Yeah.
God. We ate a meal. People like, yo, bro, yo, chef, come on, pull up.
Yeah.
That's God. Some people look at us like, yo, that's Waka Flocka. It's like eating food and not taking a picture when somebody walk up to you. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna put the food down. Let's go. You know what I mean? Because people like you put me right here. Because I didn't see myself here. I used to rap, Lord, would I make it to see 30? I'm 38. Like, bro, I never thought life of at 30 years old. Like, life at 30? What, bro? Hell no, I'm be dead. Like, I'm telling you. Like, so you never know where you are, but focus on where you want to be. If you don't know where you are, just focus on where you want to be. But if you know where you are now, it's a clear road to know who you're going to be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that was powerful. I just, clear road where you want to be. I was just taking in what you said. So, pulling a blank here. So this is what I meant by guys. Jokes.
This your first time on the podcast?
First time.
Nah, bro. But you know what the crazy part of me talking, bro? I swear to God, bro, I'm not practicing. When I be talking to people, motherfuckers always be like, damn. But I just think of perspective and power to Geminis. Like when people, only I say power, not to say we better or nothing. Because I always hear people say Geminis is two-faced. And you only met two personalities of the person, and that Gemini still got some breaking, but you blessed to have, like, for me, bro, I could hear, like, when I talk to you, I could hear, like, 10 Wakas.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, like Deadpool, like on some Deadpool shit. No cap. Like, that's how it be. You gotta, sometimes when you gotta have morality, when you ask questions to people, you gotta put yourself in that person's shoes, right?
Right.
So if I know division and you only know subtraction, I'm not gonna talk a question where you gotta divide the conversation. Because I know you go fucking scramble, and it makes me look like, it can make you look like a dick rider to people it is. So look at them perspectives right there. But the morality of it, I'm like, oh, fuck it, let's talk subtraction. It's not because I'm better or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we could be cooking food, and I only know how to cook noodles, and I'm older than you, but you know how to make a fucking top tier fish or lobster and this. Did that make you better than me? No. It's just like he experienced that. So I don't know, man. I just don't look at who's better, who's wrong, who's right. I just look at who you give credit to.
Yeah.
They become your superior, like, so you gotta watch the credit, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Have you always, like, since the music started taking, you've always taken pictures with everyone? You must.
Hell yeah.
Always.
Fuck yeah.
Always engaged with the fans.
Every time. Sometimes I put like, hell no, I ain't taking no picture.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, they'll leave. I'm like, yo, I was just playing.
Yeah.
But then they act like, no, fuck that. I'm like, bro, I was literally was playing. Like, shit like that. But other than that, nah.
I think some of the most impactful moments you have, Walk, is when you meet people and then you'll meet them once and then the impact will last forever, which I think is great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, why did you wait so long for Flockaveli 2?
I lost the passion. No, the love went absent.
The love for music went absent?
Yeah, it went absent, man. The love I felt from the music went absent. right? I guess people wanted me to. I just couldn't rap the. I don't know, bro. I ain't have nobody to be mad at. Like I used to, like for me, music was like fucking therapeutic, right?
Yeah.
So all the problems I had, or
You go
the
studio.
smoke or whatever, I don't got no smoke, bro. Like it's over. I won.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like,
How does it feel to know that your impact in hip hop walk is set the trends? It's not, hey, I just came and I did it. You really sounded like, I'm gonna say 808 trap music. Everything came from dread shaking, head shaking, real wilding out to everything came from it. So you are the most booked artist in US fraternities. Like you do so many shows, you touch people, but you're still the catalog that you still write is a classic that's been for so long. How does it feel to know that you had the impact? And when you were recording it, did you know in your head that it was going to have the impact that it did?
well, shit, I still got music right now. I run music. There's
Yeah.
nobody bigger than me in music.
Nobody.
That's the ego guy. I mean, let me explain why.
Yeah.
Right. I started music. It's always taken two sides to 100.
Yeah.
So I was 50%. The guy they call 808 Mafia today was the other 50. Lex came in the picture. It was me and Southside.
Yeah.
We created this sound of music today.
Yeah.
I just like literally Southside was just like doing the drums all out, but he started making that shit behind my voice. And I'm like, yo, this a whole new sound. Then when Lex come, Lex had little sounds and then fucking loops that was lit.
Yeah.
So I was like, 808 Mafia, Sizzle and Lex. Like, what? But it's me and Sizzle. So if you sit here and think, even though I stopped doing music, right, cool. The other 50 became so full that you got a Future on it, a Thug on it, a this guy on it,
Everything.
the Juice WRLD, the sound got bigger than
Huge.
the one.
Yeah.
Right? So these guys took it up, but who's the main producer in it? Inside of that production, Metro was with us. He's still in the school of Sizzle. Respect them all saying this. These are all gods and kings now. And then, too, I always seen them. I always knew they was gods and kings. I literally seen it in the beginning. Just for the fact of, because we need to run this shit, bro. Music, it was like, they were saying hip-hop was dead when it was coming out. So Southside coming inside the game right now, it's a whole bunch of variations of Southside. Respectfully, I'm going to say this, 'cause I know he ain't going to never say this shit. And I know, and with us as friends, we don't ever want to feel like who made who or who did what. We did it.
Yeah.
I always pushed the we did it. I always told them, hey, y'all gonna be richer than me off music.
Yeah.
Keyword off music. Because music wasn't mine, it was theirs.
Yeah.
So I was just like the light giver to that. Boom. Oh, whoever the fuck you want to call it.
What do you mean music wasn't mine, it was theirs?
That's not, it's theirs. It's my boys.
Yeah.
It's the ones that's in it.
Sure,
This wasn't like my gift.
Yeah.
So if you see Southside in it, all his classics right now, from Illest Nigga Alive to with JG, whoever the shit, Kanye's on. So boom. So if you see Southside still in today, and his sound still resonate, I'm still there. You still can hear Waka Alley.
Yeah, yeah.
So am I gonna be arrogant enough to want to rap and have control of the beats, or should I have grace and just let it go? Because a lot of people from where I'm from could eat off of that.
Yeah.
Cool, that's what happened. So, so for me in the inside, that's why I don't care about Grammy or this or credit or this. They be like, Waka, you start this? I ain't start shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing under the sun was new. So boom, that's how I could live with that morality. But little brother got it. I'm lit.
No.
I go in the club, play a Southside beat, niggas like me. What are you talking about? Like,
yeah, no, for sure. I just think that, like, I just think you've been so instrumental in helping so many people's careers, and you've been such a humble giant. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's important. Who's your favorite?
hold on, watch this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop that again. I was a humble giant, right?
Yeah.
But I only felt like a giant because I was standing on a giant's shoulders. I grew up standing on my mother's shoulders. She's a giant. So if I got to stand on my mama's shoulders, all I knew was life as being a giant.
Yeah.
And so I grew in that. So I didn't have to stand on my mother's shoulders. I always knew that. And today they call that humility, being humble. But I was standing on a giant's shoulders since birth.
Yeah.
So I was born a giant. I always knew that shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, Simon Dukes.
But then you also, standing on the shoulders of a giant, but you also feel now you have big shoes to fill. Now you got to work harder.
Not necessarily because she wore high heels.
Yeah.
My mother wore high heels, so I could never fill her shoes.
Yeah, you know what the craziest thing is, Walk? I'm thinking, I asked you why
Cool. It's cool.
why you didn't release Flockaveli and you said, because I didn't want to make that type of music. But
Well, it's deeper than not to cut you off. It's deeper than not want to make the music. I lost hard drives. The feeling was gone. I lost the reason I did it. My little brother Dunk died. This person died. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff happened. It was like, I can't rock with it.
How'd you feel when Slim Duncan died?
The purpose was different. You know what I'm saying? My purpose was to get us out the hood. Like I did my part, but it was just too much problems. Like it was too much at once.
Too much activity and
it was too much. It wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? I wish it was more. Like I get more, but I don't know, bro. I went with the flow. At the time, it was like, yo, stop, Waka. At the time, I seen where things was going. I seen lifestyles that was growing. I did music to get out the hood, to get out of ignorance. I seen more ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I came in music fighting for people that never fought for me. But did I ban anybody? Say F anybody? No. I just like, fuck it. Maybe this was the reason I had to get in this field, but not with this tool. You know what I'm saying? So I came in as a carpenter. I learned how to be an electrician, to a builder, to a GC, and now I'm an investor. Yeah. So it's who knows? Like.
So to bring it down, when you say you came in as a carpenter, your mom was managing. She had Misery Entertainment, and she was managing.
Good artists. You know, a lot of good artists. Yeah.
And then so you started off just helping out the team behind the scenes, and then you started getting in front of the mic.
Yeah.
But you realized when you got on the mic, the ad-libs, the flock, and then the sound took off.
Yeah.
Do you love recording?
No.
Do you love making music?
No.
Do you love writing?
No, I just love living in peace.
How many songs do you have right now that's unreleased?
I don't even know, bro.
Hundreds?
I don't know.
Amazing song.
My brother called it jukeboxing.
Amazing
He's like, yo, all you doing is making a fucking jukebox.
Yeah.
Shout out to Quan going crazy.
Because he's in the studio with you.
Yeah.
You got a beautiful studio that you got.
Yeah. Shout out to the boys. But for me, man, music was just fun because that was the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Today is not the only thing. It's like 1 in a million now. So would I sit there and waste 9 hours every day because I know I don't have to do it? No, because it's being greedy. Like I'm close. Like me probably leaving opens up 7-8% of the market, 10% of the
for
market.
Other people.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to rap till I'm 40 years old? I mean, 45 and 50s and 40s. Like, what if I want to quit at 32? There's people that retire at 31. Like, why can't a rapper do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or why can't you start rapping at 47? Because you're not saying unique adult things. So you're trying to captivate kids and you're old. Like, if you rap mature, it's a big mature fan base out here. You got to cater to people. So I knew music wasn't about stopping. And plus, on top of that, bro, I got so much benefit from it. When the fuck am I living it?
Yeah.
Why do I gotta keep dropping the album? Everybody, I'm trying to know what it feel like to live rich, live wealthy or whatever. Like, it's different. I never knew about a festival till I got famous. I was in the hood. Festivals were unheard of. Like, festival? What? We in the hood. Like, what
you remember the first festival you performed at? The very first one, festival.
I think it was like Wireless Fest out in UK or Splash Fest in Germany.
Wow.
Yeah.
International day right away.
Or out internationally. Or I think my first one it was college shows. Matter of fact, it was college shows. That was actually my first. That's what got me doing college. I'm like, yo, college. Like, yeah, so I basically this was like the kids that they ain't in the trenches.
Yeah.
In the ghettos. Like the hood niggas, like, we don't go to shit like this. This niggas getting shot and jumped. Yeah. But these are the kids that go to school and got careers. This is how they party.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm tripping, bro. Like, that's how it really is.
How much college shows do you think you do a year?
I don't know, 100.
100 is crazy. Yeah. And then you, back to back every year, how do you feel about the impact that, like, even yesterday when we were in, you see the impact you have on these kids and kids that don't necessarily always come from the same background, people that come from nicer backgrounds, nicer schools and everything. And then when they reach you, it's like most thing. So do you think like your music that's going to come out in the future is going to be similar to the sound or it's going to have a new sound to it?
Let the people judge. And music's for me to say it, but it's not for me to judge it and me to place it. I think as an artist, you got to learn this early, y'all. Like when you do music and shit and you put it out, let people put it in a place. Because if you start putting it inside of a box or a section or a level, that's you having expectations. So when people don't meet your expectations, you lose your inspiration into making the music. So you got to stay, as an artist, you have to stay at the realm of just making it. Yeah. Let people place it. Because you're telling our story through your vocal tone. Right. It's not just your story. So that's why they tell artists, yo, you got to have substance. You got to have this because you're rapping for us. Yeah. We heard you. Now we know you think and feel how we feel. Yeah. Because you say something for us. So I took that theology and let the people do it.
100%. One side is music, talent. One side is business. Out of 100%, to make it in the music industry, how much of it's talent compared to how much of it's business, network, who you know, your marketing? Or if you're just an amazing artist, are you going to pop?
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's a hard question to answer. There's no way of making it, man. You just gotta do it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah. I just know when I came up, I just believed in me.
Yeah.
I believed in me more than anybody around me. I just believed in the tools more than anybody else's tools around me. That's all. You can't keep asking questions, man. You just gotta do it.
Yeah.
Do it or don't do it. Shit or get off the pot.
You got to feel fast.
Shit or get off the pot, man.
You got
Yeah.
shit or get off the pot. It's crazy, you know, because no matter what situation you're in and how much you even, like you were telling us, like we have to be grateful for the little things, like having a toilet, being able to do little things like that.
Hey, man, I've been to countries with just a hole in the ground, man. I'm telling you. They call it being one with nature. But, hey, man, I felt like I was under nature because I was so used to having a toilet to take a fucking shit in.
You don't have one, it's different.
But did I need it? No. It's people doing comfortable things, so they brought me back to, holy fuck, as humans, bro, in America, me growing up in my area in America, I learned in those moments that I create all my problems. So I'm like, damn, I don't even need a toilet. People, when they see a toilet, I'm like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
There's no way. So again, they go perspective. So I kept coming back to the same understanding.
Yeah.
See how everything in life just correlates if we talk? Like, I always had little moments like that.
It's crazy. If you've been to a lot of places, what's one of your most memorable festivals you performed at? You did perform at Metro in Montreal.
Yeah, that was lit.
Do you remember the moment?
Yeah, Juice WRLD was there. Future was there. It's Montreal. I love Montreal. It don't matter. Montreal is lit.
Yeah.
Summers in Montreal is
The best.
yeah.
Winter time is a bit harsh for
aggressive.
sure.
It's aggressive.
Any country in the world you want to perform to next? You got your
Yes.
passport back.
I want to go to Africa.
Africa?
Yep. I want to go in Africa for sure.
Now, Wak, what else are you working on now besides your music?
Besides music, owning music, real estate,
Restaurant?
development, software development, gaming developers, restaurant business.
Yeah.
I got a company that we focus on creative people. We invest in creative people.
Yeah.
Got my charity,
Yeah.
apps.
Yeah.
You know, we got Fly You Out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever shit. I'm just making my mark.
No, but you're making your mark in a bunch
I'm
of different...
still leaving out some other shit.
But a bunch of different industries, so many different teams that do work. And that's one thing I do. So, like, the first thing I want to talk about is the restaurant, which I think the food's fucking amazing. It's been a thing. When's the grand opening?
Grand opening? Tough question.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm so indecisive.
You're
But it's definitely March, though. It's probably my grandmother's birthday.
And you're a perfectionist, and it's so beautiful inside. The floors are grand.
Yeah, I'm just from Riverdale, man. We don't got sit-down restaurants. And I feel like if I get a sit-down restaurant, I shouldn't charge $200 a plate.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely should be as reasonable as the restaurant next door.
The plates look like they're worth $200, so... When the shit...
Yeah, again, the feeling shouldn't take away from the taste, so...
All right.
If they feel like it should cost that much money, I'm still not going to charge. I just come in and treat it like it's that, then.
Yeah.
Just fucking have some I don't know, just have fun, man. Eat. I'm just tired of driving outside my neighborhood far as shit to go eat.
Yeah.
It's boring. Yeah.
What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal? Food.
Just choose one.
Food.
Just one.
Food.
Just food.
Food. I love it all.
You're a fucking
I'm
foodie.
appreciative.
You're a foodie for sure.
Yo, fuck that. Hey, if the last things you got is Black Eyed Peas, run it. Shout out to the Black Eyed Pea lovers.
You're a good chef? Can you chef?
Yeah, I know. I watch TikTok. 1 scoop, 2, 3, 4 quarts. Yeah.
So, look, I know 2025 is going to be a very big year for Brixwell Monopoly.
Yes, sir.
It's a new Brixwell Monopoly.
Yes, sir. New BSM. Quez, Jimmy, Pay, Pat, Ludine, we loaded. 88 producers. I got new producers. Small producers. The family tree getting bigger and bigger.
Fire.
Yeah.
You excited for them?
Of course.
They've been working.
Yeah, man.
Videos look good.
I can't wait to be in the background.
Yeah.
Killing the noise. Like, you know, for once I get to be the person that I wanted somebody to be for me.
Yeah.
In the back of their career.
That's
because my mother couldn't handle it. She's my mom, so I didn't want to lose my mother trying to get a manager or lose my manager trying to keep my mother.
That's deep.
I'd rather just you can have it all. So let's go find the you, ma.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy behind the artist. Like, I just want to teach them. Every time they try to give me something or sign something, like, listen, bro, what you're doing is you're giving me this amount of money. I don't think you want to do that.
Yeah.
I just want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be that guy.
Do you think you're so spoken about financial literacy now because of what you went through when you were younger with your career and just having to deal with
let's say financial understanding.
Financial understanding.
Yeah, because financial literacy sounds like some shit you got to put a shirt on, go to college, get a course. It's kind of like the
bougie word, eh? But do you think it's because of everything you went through, Walk, that now you're so outspoken on it and just doing?
Yeah, of course. It's my story. Who gonna take it from me? I experienced it. It's not a lie. What you gonna say? That's a lie. Oh, that means it was illegal. Somebody tricked me. So you're telling me the people that just robbed me?
Yeah.
That's what you just telling me? No, I'm not saying that. So that's how you catch people.
Yeah.
So for me, man, all my understanding come from my mistakes that they call mistakes. Yeah.
I love the way when there's a word, you'll break down a word.
Yeah, for sure.
So just, can you explain the mistake one you did right now or the realized one you were speaking earlier, which I think is very powerful?
The realizing mistakes. Yeah, that was the two most powerful words going there and coming up was realizing and mistake. Because when you break the mistake down, it's mistake, as I say. And realize it's the things that's real to your eyes, the things that you experienced. And then when you realize something, to realize something with your eye, that means you paid attention to it, you understood what it was, where it derived from, how I get there. It's just more nerdy shit. I like the nerd shit.
People would never think you're a fucking nerd. You are the definition of a gangster nerd, for real.
Man. Nerds is lit, man.
Yeah. I think
they always funny as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's powerful being able to look one certain way and to have people have like an impression and then completely shock them. But what I think is using it as a bridge to go through, you know?
Well, again, it all falls back into who you are, right?
Yeah.
If this is who I am or what I like to dress or how I like to act, that shouldn't give you the notion or the understanding that I can't read or can't think or can't put together this problem. Because then the egg will be on your face because now you didn't think of me being that way. You're looking another way and I could get right behind you, hit you in the back of your head.
Right.
I was there that fast.
For sure.
That's how I think.
But I don't think that way, because I think, oh, right, we got VCs, investors, etc. I just got to be on my A100, the first impressions of everything.
Yeah, but if you think of a VC or an investor or anybody on a hedge fund or family office, they're what? They're you.
You're
just looking at a guy that got a whole bunch of experience and trials and tribulations, and he fought it out, duked it out, and that's the result of his success. So if you deny yourself the opportunity to talk human to that person. Plus, it's like my uncle told me when I first started rapping, I'll get money. He said, yo, Waka, stop playing rich, because a rich motherfucker know you look stupid. Man, I'm like, what? He's like, well, he just kept talking. I'm like, what the fuck he meant by that? I never could say nothing.
Yeah.
But what I got from that was, stop trying to play rich. You look dumb. Nigga, you're not rich. I'm rich. We don't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just shit like that. Like, it's got to be you, man. I'm telling you. Maybe you being you or take a person forward or back to where they were supposed to be at to think in that moment of who they are or what they need to do.
Yeah.
So maybe you could be the remembrance of that. So that's why God probably put you in a room to be original and be yourself, to teach other people to stay themselves. You never know.
That was powerful. Do you think that with like, obviously when you were coming up, like social media it was just taking off, coming up now. Do you think now with social media it's harder for people to stay true to who they are and like with the expectations of life? And like me, I think, like obviously when you were saying before that always look to the future, never look to the past.
Well, I help you with it. You don't got to break it down. I understood it.
Yeah.
Today, if you grow up on social media as a kid, I want you to do this. Whatever you do on social media, it's not you. It's an expression of what you think you are, where you want to be, and an alter ego. Meaning it's something you imagine it to be, was who you showing on the internet. You are the person that created the fucking account or the website or the pictures. But who was that person before you created that? Figure that person out. So grow as two. So I'll give you an even easier one.
Yeah.
I'm not Waka Flocka Flame. My name is Joaquin Malphus. Waka Flocka Flame is an alter ego, as you would say, how people will meet you and have these things. They think about who you are, but then they meet you. So do that make you real or fake? No, you're just meeting a variation of who I am. So if you look at me on the internet, then that only should give you
a variation of yourself.
That's it, man. You shouldn't become what you create.
Yeah.
You the fucking creator. How can you become what you created and you're not? You created that.
Yeah.
You're better than that.
Yeah.
So you always gotta be better than what you put out.
Yeah.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? Young folks, whatever you put out, be better than that. When a person meets you, don't be that and worse. That's crazy. You're like, damn, he's just like how
I thought you'd be. What I expected.
That's a good thing though, right? And then you gotta worry about why they want to meet you now.
Yeah.
Now you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or you feel disrespected either.
2025. What's your plans for the year?
I don't have a plan.
No?
No.
You got your passport back. More international dates?
Yeah. That's the plan. Going to different countries and shit. Yeah. Definitely going to India and Africa this year.
Yeah.
For
India?
Sure.
Are you ready for India?
For sure.
First podcast ever. I was very nervous as hell. I don't think I would have been as nervous if there was anyone else with you. But
this guy talks nervous, but you'll get on a Zoom call talking to Munyan.
To anybody.
Munyan is money. Explaining the whole company, breaking it down.
Break it down.
All of this shit.
Break it down.
This is crazy.
But when it comes to work or when it comes to any of that, I'm in my zone, bro.
Yeah.
I will not stop talking. I think when it comes to things like this, I'm just a bit more shy. But I'll be honest with you. I think if there was anyone else sitting in front of me but you, I'd be a bit more calm. But the thing is...
that's my bro. All my young bros, bro. Y'all always treat me like I'm like the fucking...
No, because because you're the karate master, bro. You're going to keep it in thing. But I think it's just like... I just feel like I wanted to make sure when we do this podcast, it's just like... It's not like I came prepped with questions just because it's really just for people to see that side, you know?
Right. You seen it then. Yeah.
Are you moving to Montreal?
Oh, I would never leave Georgia.
Ever, eh?
Ever.
Ever.
But I will always move around forever.
You'd never leave Georgia. I know you wouldn't.
Yeah, but I would have a stay there. But you know, earth my turf, man.
Yeah?
Montreal feel like home anyway.
Yeah?
There's nothing to worry about here.
Yeah? Nothing.
Nah. There's nothing to worry about nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm not in a worrying subject. I don't live a worrying life. Like,
Yeah?
Yeah.
You walk with God.
I ain't walking with God. I'm standing with God.
Standing with God.
Yeah. To walk is like we ain't there yet. We there.
Yeah. It's very powerful with how you use the words, bro.
Hell yeah,
the little differences in the words change everything.
Because if they say you spelling stuff out, it's a spell. What's a spell, right? So if I'm gonna walk with somebody, I mean I'm not stationed. I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm standing with God. To walk with God, God's actually bring you to where?
Mm-hmm.
Heaven? So are you there yet? No. You still in the lifestyle of trying to figure it out. But if you're standing with God, bro, you're there.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in heaven?
Huh?
Do you believe in heaven?
I don't believe heaven is a place, it's a state of mind.
So what do you think happens when people pass away or transition?
I can't think about something I never experienced.
Mm-hmm.
That's playing God.
Mm-hmm.
Believing in God's hand. That's why faith is powerful.
So powerful.
Yeah. See, you gotta check yourself, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, because you can start drifting off to trying to be some shit you don't have the capabilities to be now because you're drifting in it.
Trying to think.
So when you know shit, you don't have to think of the drift, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We lit. Thank you guys for having us.
It's
episode 1. Is episode 2 coming? Probably.
Episode 2, possible. Okay. Ask you questions, you know what I'm saying? That's where it gets tough. I'm asking real deal questions.
I know you would too.
Like, people interview me, you don't have to show me no question. I just hope you're ready for the answer.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That be my like warning to other people.
Yeah.
Because anytime I sit with somebody, I got real nerve friends.
Yeah, I know you do.
So we're gonna go pull a whole little booklet out on you. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you try to disrespect me, I know this shit that's gonna tickle you to be a better person, but you're hiding it because you think it'll hold you back.
Yeah.
So God put me in the room to tell you that. So anytime anybody try to think they got questions like that for me, I always hit them with that. But 10 times out of 10, people don't do that to me in public because I don't put that energy out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to combat with nobody. I'm not trying to stand with nobody. I'm not trying to overturn rules and laws. And, like, I don't think nobody should feel bad. I honestly don't think nobody should feel not human. I don't think there's no such thing as a superior race in my eyes. I just feel like it's superior personalities. So why I don't call something a superior race or superior being, because what are your being? Like, what the fuck that even mean? Like, you gotta go with the words in race. What's a fucking race? It's a competition. There's no such thing as number one. And to be in a competition, you gotta do anything to be number one. And that's called a survival thinking. Humans don't survive, we live. So to live, I'd rather be around people that got like minds, healthy thinking. Like, to me, that's what I fuck with. As I grow up, I start learning people that think like me, look totally different, act totally different, speak totally different, but you could feel something in each other that you like, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
And that's what I live by.
How important is it to have good energy around you?
Again, look at important. You're important something else. So why is it important to me? I'm in it. I don't have to think I'm in it. Good energy is not important. I'm good energy. I live in it. So why is something that important to me that is me?
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
You important me to you. So now you figuring out why to be that is important.
Yeah.
That's the power of breaking words down.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But we got dip. All right.
All right, guys. Peace and love. Thank you for episode 1. Thank you, Flocka. Floquito.